have Chelsie here with us. She is our homeowner that we wanted to bring in and interview and just talk about her process, how it went, try to make things seem, or not seem, but bring more reality to the whole transaction. Because when it comes to just, what Bridget and I do, it can seem like, well, you do that every single day, So when you bring in an actual buyer's perspective of how their process went, the things that came up that you wish you would have known, I think it helps bring more of a realistic viewpoint on it and helps other people see hey, I'm in that current position too, so there are options for me. So you bought a house, almost 10 years ago.
Wow.
So it's not
Did
crazy.
not realize that.
When you put a number on it, but and the market has changed a bit, but I still feel like the buyer mentality and what you went through that doesn't change. Each person's, separate or individualized in that, but the actual mentality of it, I think, has been the same. So you just want to talk a little bit about you and your experience and what happened or how it went, and then things you learned, and kind of go from there.
Okay. So my name is Chelsie. I bought my house in 2017, 10 years ago almost. So for me, it was definitely not an overnight thing. I didn't just decide I was going to buy a house and then there was the house. It was a very long process. I was a full-time bartender, I think maybe even a student when I started looking.
Oh, wow.
But I was a young mom and I just wanted the home to raise my child. We were in apartments and I was just I didn't grow up in an apartment. I grew up in the same home almost my whole childhood. So I really wanted that for my child. So I started looking at homes before I went to the bank, which is probably backwards in hindsight. And you know how that is. If you're shopping for homes, you walk into every single one and you're instantly you can see your kid over there and in that yard. And so I was definitely emotionally attaching myself to every single home. But then never able to actually afford that home. But then the next one would always be a little bit better. So it was a blessing. I started talking with a bank, the one that I had all of my money at. So I thought that would probably be the best place to start. Unfortunately, the numbers were just not there. So I actually left a lot of banks crying. It was a really emotional thing for me.
Yeah, it's very emotional. Yeah.
But as a bartender, I didn't have a lot of income to show. A lot of my income was based on tips at the time. A lot of that was not reported correctly back then. So I just could not qualify for a loan that would actually allow me to buy the house unless I had a very large amount to put down. I did, however, start finding a bank that I could work with. I got a seasonal job as a tax preparer. And once you had done a seasonal job for, I think, 3 years, and maybe that's changed? 2 years. Okay. So then I could actually show that as income. And so that's what finally got me into the process.